Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for the fourth and final matchup of the Vega Battlegrounds Championship. Fourth and final quarterfinal matchup. Need to be a little bit more specific there. I see a lot of people in the chat already. If you could do me a favor and let me know if you hear me. There's something kind of going on, which is a little odd with my YouTube studio. So it would be pretty helpful if you could thank you very much, Doug. I appreciate it very much. Doug is here. Right Guy, Villar, Sonia, B. McG, Laser, Mr. Tom Jarvis. Jason, thank you, Eric, and everyone letting me know. Like I said, it looks like it's just something with YouTube Studio, so I'm not going to sweat it too much. You all let me know if something goes wrong. You can see we've got Mclz1nkz, Marcelo versus Bitter. Marcelo has been in 2 tournaments now, has himself as the 7th rated player in all of the Vega Battlegrounds Championship, while BitterSteel, first tournament ever, all the way up to rank 15. He did that by going undefeated in the group stage, has advanced all the way to the quarterfinals. You can see the updated bracket right there. We've got Mclz1nkz, Happy McMuffins, FinTech, and then the winner of this matchup right here. I'd like to take a moment to welcome my co-host for the evening or morning, depends on where you are in the world right now, Campo MC. Campo, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Hey Vega, how's it going?
I'm doing well, man. This is a fun way to take my lunch break today.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad you called out that BitterSteel is in his first ever tournament with us. You wouldn't know it the way he's been playing. He's really good under pressure.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? We've talked about this quite a few times. And for those who are just tuning in, the matchup is scheduled to start in about 6 minutes. We got Campo on here, so we'll be able to say hello to the chat, ask us some questions. This is technically the first time I have been able to cover a match that is on Twitch. We'll see how it goes. I don't watch Twitch very often. I have a feeling there may be some commercials, things like that. And I imagine can you pause Twitch? Is actually you want to know? Yeah, it looks like you can. So we should be able to line those things up if it happens. But to your point, Campo, Battlegrounds is hard enough as it is. Then streaming it makes it exponentially more difficult, right? Then doing it in a tournament, where someone's commentating live on it, it just adds, I think, so much to be aware of, to thinking about possible stress, even if it's good stress, like excitement. And Bitter has been handling it like he's been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I even think streaming is relatively new for his channel as well. A lot of people know him. He's a very vocal member of the forums and a well-respected player. But I think the whole YouTube and uploading war videos and streaming is fairly new to him. And he seems to have not missed a beat and doing great. Yeah,
handling it well. And he's going up against a seasoned veteran here with Mclz1nkz, Marcelo. Tremendous following, incredibly skilled player. I believe he's Brazilian, so speaks Portuguese fluently. His English is actually quite good. So I've watched some of his stuff and caught on, or I have conversations with him, and it's quite entertaining for the English-speaking crowd too as well. I've got links to both of their channels. Marcelo's is the Twitch feed that's linked in the description of this stream that you're watching right now. Also in the chat there. Make sure you go support both these competitors. Both great players. Both seem to be really, really great guys too. Learn a lot from both of them. And, I think they would always appreciate the support. And I appreciate you going out and supporting them for the show they're putting on for us in the competition. You can see they're both doing it looks like Marcelo's doing some warm-up matches. You know how it is. And Bitter is apparently looking at his... Is that a rank 4 Viv Vision?
Yeah, I don't know if he's got content coming out on that soon, but I definitely saw that go by in my various feeds for SSX, and pretty exciting. I know there's at least one member of SSX who's pretty jealous of that Vision. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
Would that be none other than the Simula?
It would be, yeah, but he's planning on getting her soon. But yeah, Viv is looking pretty amazing, especially for Battlegrounds.
Absolutely. We've got Giant Walrus in here. What Wonder Pants. Sometimes I need to wear some Wonder Pants when I do my war fights. LC Music Tracks, Jason Rushing. FinTech, what's up, buddy? Rooting for your sparring partner, Benner. Now, interesting, because you will be going up against the winner of this match, as you can see from the bracket. You know who to root for. Good friends with both these guys. Yeah, as usual, Mr. Jarvis, I am just cheering for it to go the full 7. It's obviously possible with these two. It's all the quarterfinal matches have been phenomenal. And I think except for Happy and Bryce, they all did go the full 7. So Nothing will be surprising today. Bitter did win the coin flip, so he will be inviting first. We have seen that come into play, so it is helpful. And any little bit of RNG you can get going in your favor is helpful in this mode.
Definitely. It's like in sports, though, with sometimes when you have home field advantage, if you lose the game where you have home field advantage, then in the next match, they've got home field advantage. So there's a little bit of pressure when you win the coin flip, even in this type of sport.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And we've also seen tremendous swings in momentum, which I would not be surprised if we see again today, just because we've seen it in both of the quarterfinal matchups. I've been able to cover. So
now, actually, I think I know what we're looking at here, because they just in Bitter's channel, they just released the new tagged champions for Alliance War Season 42, and I'm pretty sure we're looking at the attackers for next season. Because I was like, what is this filter? But yeah, so iDoom, OS, Viv, they're all attack tactic next season, which is pretty interesting.
Venom the Duck. All right.
Yeah.
Psylocke. There's no America Chavez. That I feel like that is a large failure on Caboun's part. I will be writing them a strongly worded email and sending it to all the appropriate authorities on the forum soon. What is that all about?
I mean, Overseer got 2 straight seasons, so I mean, America should as well.
Yeah, I feel like,
in my opinion,
I feel like Overseer got like 5. Like,
yeah, he's just like always tactic. They're like, let's give him neutralize because he's not, enough like a science champion that's also a mystic. Let's do it.
I believe he is just #tactic. That's my understanding. Yeah.
iDoom, that's spicy. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it just made a lot of sounds without actually saying words. That looks like a lot of tech champions. I'm curious what this defender tactic is going to be, because that's a lot of tech. I mean, we've even got like Psycho Man in there, a Red Skull, the whole top line, plus 3 more on the second line. I feel like Bitter's pulling one over on us right now. I mean, there's no skill champions.
It's I didn't read it fully, but it has something to do with prowess buildup and also power gain, and something about having an armor helps you deal with that. So I think that's why it's so tech heavy.
Nimrod's going to eat.
Yeah, lots of Nimrod bans, or depending on how these tactic champions do as well. We'll see. Yeah. But that's always interesting. They released all that info like minutes ago.
I'm excited to see the advertisements on the Twitch side of this. Like, now I kind of want Dunkin' Donuts out of nowhere. I just
Do they have a lot of Dunkins on the West Coast, or is that more of an East Coast thing?
It's more of an East Coast thing. There's a few.
Yeah.
I do think we have one somewhere around us. I think there's one like Daly City or South San Francisco. I live in the city of San Francisco. Do you think there's one? Because I thought about taking my kids to it recently. My BG got a donut, and so I wanted to celebrate. Yeah. Matthew Hill is saying 7-star Venom the Duck going to run wild.
Nice.
Yeah, of course.
He's close to being really good. I forgot who said that. It might have been Mclz1nkz or somebody. They were like, he's so close to being really good.
Yeah, it's B. I think they're about to get started here, so we should get started in any minute. Make sure to go check out both the competitors. Link is in the description and in the chat. The link for Marcelo, though, is going to be to his main Twitch channel or feed. I'm not sure what the correct term is there, but you can still go and support him and do all that. Give him a follow. And you can see that he's on something called Tropax, which I was able to find quite easily on Twitch. So if you want to go and support him there, that's a great place to do it. Cheer him on. And then Bitter is on his YouTube channel right there. The links are in the description and in the chat. Mr. Beldine, you can't see it, but I'm using the is it a cozy or a koozie? I think it's a koozie, right?
I think that's the right word. Yeah.
Like Bob Cousy, the old Celtics guy?
I think so.
Fair enough. Big Germ. I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I'm waiting to choose my 6-star, and I'm trying to decide between Scorpion. Oh, I saw Scorpion. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be easy, Scorpion. And then I saw Gallon. If I get Gallon, oh man, I think I'd still probably go Scorpion. As dominant as Gallon can be in a lot of places, and I love playing him, Scorpion's just so good.
Yeah, I agree. Unless if your science roster is like fully fleshed out, and it would just be a luxury, because Gallon is pretty important. And if you don't have Hulkling, which I assume you do, since he's not listed and he's the greatest champion of 2022.
Yep.
I think Gallon could fill a role.
That's interesting to hear you say. I couldn't tell because you and I both enjoy being sarcastic, and we kind of feed.
Oh
off
yeah,
each
no,
other.
I was being serious. I've come more around on Gallon these days.
Okay. But what about Hulkling and Scorpion? Because you did the best of 2022, which I still actually enjoy listening to every once in a while, despite being a third of the way through the next year. And I don't want to spoil it for folks, but I feel like you. Well, let's just leave it up to that. Let's have folks go watch it. It's a good video.
Hulkling's my favorite of the two, but Scorpion in certain scenarios is just like broken OP in my opinion.
Yeah,
with the synergy. But yeah, all great champs though. So it looks like they're starting to get started here.
Yeah. Ghost Dog, Vega. First off, hello, Ghost Dog. Secondly, can you hire me to do remote work? I would like to work from other parts of the world. Me too. So for those who don't know, I often do that when on vacation. It's just the nature of my job. My job is incredibly flexible. I'm very grateful for it, or I'm grateful that I can do it. Let's put it that way. And so often when I go on these vacations, I do actually work because the work needs to get done, and it is important to me. Mr. Mclz1nkz. Yeah, okay, thank you. What's up, Silver Gamer? Rank 5, your Red Guardian. Wow, way to go. I mean, that's a cool one. Fear and Loathing, I think, did rank 5 Juggernaut. I loved hearing that. We heard that live on stream the other day. Mr. Frost, I am slightly more awake. It doesn't mean I'll make sense, but I am more awake. Mr. Belding loves his rank 5. Oh, yeah, that happened on stream too, if I remember correctly. Teddy Best Champ, no cap, you got that right. Paulo, thank you so much for being here. All right, I think we're getting started. This is the 3-star. I think folks are used to that by now. This is a big one. And FinTech is returning. Shoot, I should have checked the stat. I don't know if Marcelo has made a semifinals yet. I believe he's made a quarters. Probably made the quarters both times now. I don't know if he's made a semis. FinTech, I believe, is the only returning semifinalist.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. Here we go. So Marcelo starting off with the bands of Human Torch, Quicksilver, and Archangel. I always feel like Archangel and Human Torch bands are a sign of confidence. Doesn't mean if you don't do it, you're not confident. I just feel like it's a sign of confidence.
Yeah, I totally agree. It means maybe you didn't put them in your deck, or maybe you did, and you're trying to thin out your deck. But either way, it's like I've got enough counters here to take your roster. That's what it says. Yeah,
that's how I feel too. That's my general interpretation of it. I'm trying to line up the streams here because I do want to talk about the bands and the drafts here a little bit. Okay, we're gonna see future Ant-Man. I know Bitter is a big fan, along with Mclz1nkz. Am I super far behind? Is Bitter's is well behind.
Right, yeah.
Marcelo's. Okay, I got to pause that up again, guys.
So when I'm seeing the Hulk, OG Hulk ban, which is interesting. I wonder if just there's like a big Mystic roster, and that's why that he's going up that he has on his own defense, which is why he went with 3 science champs. But OG Hulk, I feel like when he got his buff, we had Conflictor meta, which obviously is not great for stunlock champs. So I'm curious if you've used your OG Hulk at all in this current meta, and if it's worked.
Sorry, I am listening to what you're saying. I did say earlier I am very unfamiliar with how Twitch works, and I'm beginning to think That's why it's not lining up. Is I can pause it, but I can't. When you hit play, it goes to the live portion. It's very different than YouTube. If anyone in the chat has familiarity, Twitch is all live. Oh, great. Okay. Well, this will be like one of those matchups where someone was streaming via Discord and the other person is streaming on their channel. They're just going to be a little bit off. There'll still be some excitement in it. We'll still comment on it and have some fun with it. I do support these guys. They're doing so much for the tournament. Like I said, letting me commentate. They've asked me to commentate on it. And so I do not feel any hesitation in supporting them on the channels they're working on and growing and things like that. So this is great. I'm excited about this. So here we go.
So we've got Domino versus Jessica, and there's no way that she's going to counter Jessica's investigation. So what you need to watch out for is basically when she has like 6 investigation, that's when you can't throw specials anymore. So we might see like 1 special 2, and then, well, actually at this point, you cannot throw specials. I guess you can throw special 3s, but then you just got to know that she's going to go unstoppable after. And then we have a classic Valkyrie, who's one of the top champs of Bitter on the bottom screen here, against a Magic, who I love seeing Magic in this tournament because she is fully maxed out level, just like all the other 3 stars.
This one feels interesting on both sides because I feel like both of these guys are going to know how to fight the champions they're fighting. Bitter. Okay, I think Bitter was hoping for speed. Probably knew he was going to take some limbo damage, and that his Jessica would maybe make it take some time up there, right?
I believe so, yeah, because with Valkyrie, you have the brute force as well. The brute force node, which, when you're hitting into block, that could definitely come into play. And then also limbo in that case. But he did nuke her down. And it's actually, even though these aren't synced up live, we actually don't know the results because it's possible Domino can win on health here, but...
Yeah, I have no idea who's going to win. I'm actually watching this totally on the edge of my seat. I think Bitter will win.
I think now that he didn't get the KO, it's all but shirred up. Yeah. Okay, so Bitter's screen will be a little bit behind still, but that was still pretty exciting because Magic went down so quickly. We really didn't know what was going on. Yeah,
we haven't had one of these in a while. I kind of got used to it, but so many of the competitors now stream on their own channel on YouTube, or Mclz1nkz has been kind enough to stream someone's match on his own channel unlisted, and then I cover that and we're able to pause it. So this is interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of like seeing the future, but not always.
All right, so we're going to see Rintra versus Tigra. So Tigra versus a Rintra defender, Longshot versus Nimrod. Longshot, I just don't enjoy him, or I historically haven't. Battlegrounds is starting to, I think, make me see the light a little bit when it comes to Longshot. This could go pretty quickly for Marcelo.
I'm pretty sure, because he's going to have, if he gets to the 5 bad karma and a few armor ups, that special 2 is going to hit really hard.
Yep. And there it is, just like you said. And there's
and also you can steal the unstoppables, and you can, that counts as Mystic Dispersion and everything as well. That's off of the SIG. So this is going very well up top there. Tigra versus Rintra, you have the knockdowns, so that keeps him in control. You have the neutralize for the unstoppable. It's just not going to go very fast. He's throwing special 1s.
Yeah.
Just keeping that neutralize up. But the way that looks, I don't think Tiger's going to be able to pull this one out.
Yeah, and Bitter, I think, just made a little mistake. Took a hit there, so I think he needed to win the health pool battle there too. The timing's always weird because it feels like he's so far behind on time, but he actually wasn't. I don't believe.
Yeah. And what we saw there was the Special 2 has so many hits that he pushed up the mystical charges so that he went unstoppable in the corner. That's definitely one of the risks. And it happened again, unfortunately. So he's just kind of doing whatever he can.
Mr. Richards, like I said, my friend, wizards are never late. They show up exactly when they intend. Thank you for being here. Eric, yeah, a 7-star magic would be wild, or a 6-star would be wild. Both would be wild. Team MCL, that's right, cheer on your boy. He's doing great so far. Mr. Chris, don't worry. I love it. Thanks for being here, buddy. Hello, Vega. Eric, what does calvo mean? Calvo. Very curious, if you don't mind. Hopefully I didn't just say a bad word.
Yeah, I don't know Portuguese enough for that one.
Yeah, I don't. And nothing, I can't think of any. Yeah, all right. So here we go. We're going to get to see Hercules versus future Ant-Man. We were talking about him. He's the one where you want a Pierce buff, right?
Yes, Pierce helps, I think, with the armor control. I honestly have yet to fight him in war, and I figured the day I do, that will be when I learn how to really fight him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's what happens, I think, with a lot of us. Still gets off a nice SP2 there, and he was able to play the node well. And for those who don't know, it's I can't think of the name of it, but it's that alternating unstoppable. We see our first game issue, and the really, really terrible part about this is I don't know how we would determine what should happen because they're not happening simultaneously.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see how Bitter does.
Yeah, if he nukes it in like 35 seconds,
it
looks like it just registered it as a loss. Unfortunately,
yeah.
That's a drag.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
but we have to play by our rules, and our rules would be that Mclz1nkz takes this one 2-1. He takes his first. We call them game set match, similar to tennis, and that would be what we will do there.
I would have been interested to see what Joe could do there. I think a lot would have come down to RNG on how many bleeds, but yeah, I mean, it unfortunately we won't get to see. That's just how sometimes it works in this tournament. It's happened to me. I completely understand both sides of it. The bad feeling, but also knowing that we have to have a standard, otherwise things get completely wild.
We got a donation here from Wilson Fisk. Marcelo, you win. You took the first set there 2-1. That's the way we're going to play that one. He just got the full 0 bug, so there's really not much for us to do about it. So just play on, my friend. You're doing great. You know what? I assumed he was listening to me. He might not be.
I could type it in the chat.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Molson Fist with a donation. Yo, Vega, been a while since I caught a stream. Glad you're here, bud. Just took up Jessica Jones and Dubes, your second, third. Loving them both for BGs. Congratulations, by the way. Also, are you using Jessica offensively? I've been having kind of fun with her, but it's in the event quests, which I feel like can greatly enhance her damage. It's a troublesome defender, for sure, and someone that you want to make sure you have counters for. And then Doom is Doom. Doom's phenomenal. So congratulations. Really curious if you're still listening. Let me know about your Jessica usage.
Let's see. I think they're both kind of just resetting and moving forward. Yep. There's still a lot of this match to go. And that was pretty close. I mean, each of them pretty handily took a round, and then that would have been a close one in the end anyway. I do think Hercules on speed might have clinched that out anyway, but of course there's no way to know.
Yeah, and the other matchup was a Joe Fixit versus a defending Tigra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could go pretty fast. Geez. Yeah.
It's tough to say though with the unstoppable, and unstoppable Tigra is never fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, we got to play by the rules.
You got it. And they're both doing their best. Wilson, I've used her offensively, this being Jessica in 8.2, and I've not tried her on offense in BG. Really like her. She's only SIG 20. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I took mine all the way up to SIG 200. But that's awesome. I really enjoyed her. She's great, and she's, like we said, a problematic defender at the least, and that's a good thing to have. Jabari's been great for Jessica. Yep. King, staying alive. Staying alive is hugely important in this game and in other things. All right. So here we are going on to the second set.
Yeah. Quicksilver might just be I don't want to fight him ban, because Quicksilver is definitely annoying with Unstoppable. He's one of those champions where this node set makes him even more annoying. So I think that's a defensive threat that he's getting rid of. However, he does have the slow, right?
Yeah.
So I guess technically he could be a good two-way here.
Yep. We had the chance to see Shocker there. Looks like he was passed up. Bitter does go with a comfort champion. Even though she's so new, he's become quite comfortable with Kate Bishop. Another chance to see Shocker. Up there in Marcelo's side. During this portion, I am just watching Marcelo's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For those who've turned in recently, Marcelo is on Twitch, and we just can't line them up. It's no big deal. Go support Marcelo, please. I believe this is like a sponsors of his that he is streaming on their channel right now. Links to his channel directly are in the chat and in the description. Go support these competitors.
So Valkyrie and Titania, who are the signature champs of BitterSteel, so that's got to feel good.
Yeah. And we've got Korg on both sides here for defense. I'm looking for the good counters. I think Bitter may intend to use Kate for Korg, right?
Maybe. I'm trying to think how that would go.
We may actually get to see Magic versus Korg. There's a lot of people who were not playing this game when that was a thing.
Oh, yeah, you're right. When Korg first came out, she was one of the best.
Yeah.
You can use that limbo for like hitting into him and taking the thorns and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope we actually get to see it. It'll feel a bit nostalgic.
Absolutely.
Looks like we are getting the
double Korg.
Oh, Magic goes on defense. I want to see the strategy.
Oh.
I mean, these guys, their strategy, they're always thinking like 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. So curious to see how we do this. And then Gallon versus Korg. I am not familiar with that.
Yeah. I think, there just didn't seem to be anyone that can counter the thorns directly. I'm assuming you're going to have to throw a decent amount of first mediums. So I don't know how he's going to get around the thorns unless if he goes like all lights.
He got the really nice first light intercept. Is getting another one. You can see he's doing a great job. Looks like he's manipulating the AI very well. He being Marcelo.
Wow, that was pretty impressive. I think he only threw one medium.
Yep.
In that entire cycle, which is, I couldn't do that.
No. Oh, I know I couldn't anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so now he baits this and starts throwing light attacks right away. Playing it very well.
Yeah, smart use of the striker too. And then is he going to throw it now?
He can get off a couple combos maybe, and then he better throw it soon. before the damage negation happens.
And the damage mitigation happened, right? That's what I was wondering with the rock
I
sacks coming
think
back.
that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a safeguard, but it's for like all damage. So that was like a second too late.
And then I think Bitter's assuming the stun down here will stun. Oh, or did he get the full kill? He gets the kill. So I would think that's got to go to Bitter here.
Yeah, they have about the same amount of health, and he even beat the lag timer. And that's perfectly safe, right? I think with Titania, like if you throw that, then he would have been indestructible anyway. So I think that was a calculated risk, but would have all worked out.
Good point.
Yeah. If anyone knows how to play Titania, it's that man on the bottom there. So I'm sure what we saw was intentional. And now, Korg, just being Korg. I mean, even the best players can sometimes get a little tied up with that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm wondering if that was it, because I mean, Gallon's such a powerful attacker. I can't imagine that was an efficient throw for Marcelo. I would assume he was hoping to win that one.
Yeah, I would think so, because Gallon has a lot of reach. You know, like you can take champs that aren't ideal with him, and now he's off the table and he's down 1-0, or 0-1.
Yeah, I'm with Laser. I was not watching Bitters. Because I was so interested in the Korg Gallon fight. I did not see. I'm assuming he utilized the indestructible incredibly well, like Kempo was saying.
Yeah, having that, I think he waited till like right over a bar of power so that the limbo didn't proc, and then she just does so much damage that it was basically that.
That was a nice initial intercept. Marcelo's really doing a nice job of getting intercepts right off the bat in these fights.
Yeah, that's cool. That's something you would never do in war, but you would definitely try in Battlegrounds, in my experience, like that tapping light to get the intercept thing.
Yeah, a few seconds could be the difference in a fight, obviously. Chavez is trying to do her thing. Let's see if she just starts going full America and just throwing heavies out of nowhere. And then
Mojo's obviously good here due to the ability to reduce the duration of the unstoppable and punish that. So he's a very good attacker.
Chavez is doing her thing, though. She's like, I am not throwing my special one. Not going to do it, and I'm going to heavy out of nowhere. She's now going to push her SV3. That's going to do some damage. And then watch this down here. This fight, these skilled Valkyrie versus Korg players.
It's great. He's managing his combo so that by the time he throws the special 2, it should be doing an outrageous amount of damage. And he did the delay trick to force him to throw a block, which takes a lot of skill. And then now he's got to deal with another rock shield phase. Takes a little bit of thorns. And Chavez sealed the deal on defense up there, unfortunately. So Bitter just needs to kind of... Well, it looks like he already finished in the future up there. But yeah, but really, really good, solid fight against the Korg there.
You know what? I'm glad it ended up being right. I had already put a 2 in Bitter's column for the second set. So... yeah. Oops. All right. So we got that right there. Bitter takes that one, and we are now tied up 1 set apiece. Let's say hello to some folks who've joined the chat. Zeit Elite. The bugs are so I'm actually going to be doing a video soon. I thought it was going to come out early this week, but there are so many topics to cover. It'll be probably this weekend, and I am going to just kind of talk about that because I'm enjoying the game. And I've come to terms with I just accepting that it's far from perfect in these ways. It just is. And I still enjoy it. But they're there, it's like enjoying something with its negatives. And I think that is one. What's up, Sonia? Thank you for being here. Yeah, William, I made a typo. Thank you for pointing it out, though. I do want to get those things correct. Cheering on Mclz1nkz. Thank you, Nando. Appreciate it. Yeah, William, they've been fantastic matchups. What's up, XNM?
So we're sticking with the same bands here. Everyone's feeling confident with those.
Sticking with the bands, yeah, we got Spider Pig, Overseer, and Hulk gone. And then like I think it's a confidence play from Marcelo, and I like it. Well, banning Torch and Archangel.
Yeah, definitely agree. And the interesting thing is Bitter hasn't been placing a ton of mystics though. So like I would assume he's getting rid of the science champs because he's got some threats. Well, although the Chavez was the one that kind of messed stuff up the last round. So maybe there is something to the strat.
Yeah. And I like my girl Chavez. She made me proud there. You know, I don't cheer for a competitor except for it to go the full 7 and a great show. I was cheering for Chavez there. I like someone finally using her because she is so powerful.
She really is. She's a great two-way now. Like now that she can actually do a decent amount of speed on attack, it really made a huge difference.
I apologize. This is going to be a little self-indulgent, but I think it's worth it. Tobias, do you mind if I use that in the video? Because I typically use the analogy of a creaky old house. And like when it rains, the roof leaks. But even I'm getting a little tired of that analogy. And I literally love what you're saying. It's like a pizza or ice cream. You're like, it's got calories, but man, do I love it. And that's how I feel about this game. And I'm going to continue to talk about that, where folks like get upset about things. And I understand. I get upset about stuff in the game too. Where I'm like, remember, Kabam's job is to entertain enough of us that we keep playing it. And sometimes you're going to fall into the group that's getting entertained, and sometimes you're not. But ultimately, it's you, the player, who has the power to decide if you're going to keep playing or not. So I'm going to use that, Tobias. Thank you for the pizza. Thank you.
And now I want pizza.
Yeah, I want donuts. I want donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was on Marcelo's stream earlier. And now I want I'm going to go to Pizza Hut and Dunkin' Donuts on the way home. Maybe even pick up a little bit of their coffee.
Yeah. All right. So now we're seeing some similar defenders here, but we're going to see the Kate Bishop debut against Korg, which, man, oh man, I want to see that. And then Magic versus America Chavez seems pretty good, right? I mean...
Well, the thing is, and again, Marcelo with these intercepts, he is just on fire with them, not getting punished. He's doing a great job. But remember, America Chavez can get some energy resistance going too. It's not meaningless. Chavez gets the parry.
Ooh, yeah. The unstoppable helped, but the brute force damage was pretty rough.
Marcelo plays the node very well there, backing off. That's tough to do, but he's doing it.
And the power steal is going to be less, right? Because of the negative zone. So she will be gaining less power when she throws the L2, I think.
Yeah, you're right. So getting up that first negative zone was big for Chavez defensively. And then down here, we're like I said, Kate Bishop, Bitter has become quite good with her with this tournament, and his own test. He did a great how to use Kate Bishop video. I highly suggest you check that out, as she will be coming up in the featured crystal soon. And you're kind of seeing this because I don't think Korg was an intended target for Kate Bishop, but you're seeing how versatile she can be with her damage sources and styles of play.
Yeah. Going for, I guess, the cold snap, or no, now we've got a tranquilize. So he must have accidentally switched modes.
Yeah. He made a mistake and he's now paying for it. You often see that in these. When a player makes a mistake, you often see that cascading waterfall of errors that I talk about start to happen, because the time pressure is so huge in these matchups.
Nice. So he must have gotten back to the cold snap, which is her main damage source.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we already see above. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see her being played. That's for sure. And the Korg does go down, which is not a small feat. I mean, Kate versus Korg, like you said, not exactly. We can talk to the designer, but I don't think it was an intended.
I don't think it was. Without those mistakes, though, Bitter wins that one. Kate versus Korg. It's just a tough matchup. Korg is tough, as we said. Matt, Vega, Awakening Gem advice. Chavez or Mystics fighting? Well, I'm biased with Chavez love. On I will also say Mystic Spidey, I think, is going to be one of those champions where I just disagree with the general community. I think he's good. I don't think he's amazing. Campo, you like him, though, a lot, right?
I do, yeah. I think it may come down to Sig Stones because America is pretty solid, even like Sig 20, Sig 80. Whereas with him, I think you really want to invest because the benefits of having a Sig 200 Spidey are pretty noticeable.
Man, Rintra is so punishing. I mean, you just make one error, and I mean, Sparky, Stark Spider-Man up there. He's not a tanky attacker anyway. But Marcelo made one error, and Rintra was just destroyed it. Just destroyed him.
Yeah, that's a tricky one when the champ wants you to be, dexing and getting all your poise charges, but also the one you're facing likes to corner you. That's not a good combo there. But the damage of Stark Enhanced is so high that there is a world where you can nuke him down.
I can't tell if Bitter is pulling off like huge elite level spot gameplay. I think that's what's going on, but there's some specials being thrown that I don't fully follow.
I didn't see, but I think, did he throw the special one? There's a strat to use the Sig to benefit every single hit of the special one. It's that like extra burst of damage, but I think he's going to try to finish with a special 2 if it lines up with the Unstoppable. Ooh. Yeah. He pushes him red, unfortunately.
Yeah, which obviously was not part of the plan. And now Bitter's been pushed to his own special 3 as a result. I think that may have been the special 1. We see that he's going to end up winning this. I want to see, how does this man survive this? That was just a timeout, and his own Rintra was worse than the one he faced, apparently.
Yeah, he took off just enough health, I guess.
As was said in the chat earlier, sometimes just staying alive is enough. Sometimes just staying alive is enough.
Never give up. That's always the thing I've learned from watching these. Like sometimes you can be like, there's no way. It would have been fun to see like a face cam on Bitter from that one.
Yeah. I think based on my own spot play, and I really did get all the footage for an Essentials video. I just didn't have the time to put it together before my trips. I do feel like in matches, there's times where you kind of like, I need to throw the special 1, and it's okay. Just by the way the matches is going, and with all these unstoppable timers, I could see that making that even more important in a match. I'm curious. All right, so we know Stealthy can just nuke stuff. I assume what Bitter's hoping here with the Tiger defensive placement is just for there to be an error of some sort, or for a misdex or something.
Yeah,
right. Like right
Unstoppable Tigra, scary.
Yeah. That's funny, right? How come none of those went unblockable?
It has to do with you being, if she starts it right next to you, then it doesn't go unblockable. It's only the hits from far away. So I don't think that was buggy. It's tough to say though.
I don't know if I've ever had a Tigress Special 2 not have at least a portion unblockable before. I'm curious to see how this turns out, because Bitter's doing some serious work down here. Stealthy did great work for Marcelo up top. Bitter had to pause there so he didn't send Jugs red. Let's see. Oh, my.
Oh, man. Did he get the disconnect again?
Did anyone see how much time was left in these fights? Because I felt like that one actually went to Bitter. He did it in less than a minute.
Let me check. I'll try to go backwards.
If anyone is able to go back and see, it looks like Marcelo is at 95.1% health. I think Bitter was at about the same, if not 100. A bit more. Tom Jarvis is saying he thinks Marcel still takes it.
What was the time on Marcelo?
William, who did it with? guys, I understand. Thank you. You're providing information, and I appreciate that. What I would look for, though, is for you to use their names.
So Bitter 118 left, 100% health. So 118 means...
Okay, but Marcel did it in 39 seconds, so his was quite a bit faster.
That would go to him regardless, yeah, due to the time. Because the difference in health of like 90, I can't see the number, but he's at like 90, high 90s, right?
Yeah.
The stealthy. Yeah.
Ben and TJ, do you agree with in your assessment that Marcel still takes it? Tom, looks like you're saying that. Well, Campo's saying it, Tom's saying it, Finn, might be another. Okay. So that will be awarded to Marcel. I do think he legitimately won. Okay, Finn is agreeing. That's enough people. Campo, Finn, Tom. And thank you everyone in the chat for participating, giving us some information. This is literally the pizza we were just talking about. It's delicious, but it's got a lot of calories.
And I believe our ruling is like it has to be very obvious to overturn.
Yeah.
And because it's so close. I mean, if it was if Stealthy had like 50% health left, we would just be like, yeah. But it's so close that we don't have enough information to overturn it, in my opinion.
That was round 3, set 3. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Campo. Thank you, Finn and TJ. You hope we don't have to do this sort of calculating and all that, but we did. Like we said, it's the pizza. Sometimes I feel like the pizza comes with anchovies, and I didn't order anchovies, so And right now, it's feeling like it came with anchovies.
Yeah.
Some people are like, but I like anchovies. That's annoying. That is really frustrating. Because these guys are, look at the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen what the game calculated for that score, but it would have been within hundreds of points, which we cannot assess, with human math there.
Yeah.
Like the game, and unfortunately the game's decision was it was a disconnect, and that's what we had to go off of. So it feels bad. I know for the competitors themselves, it probably feels bad.
Yep.
But there's the reason that rule's in place, because we can't have everything be arbitrary, right? It's like there has to be at least a baseline rule.
And I appreciate you, Campo, reminding me of the way I wrote the rule. And I think actually Sire for Loki or DLL, they may have both actually pitched in on it. Was it needs to be obvious to overturn the game's result. And it's for situations exactly like that, where even everyone was like, I'm pretty sure Marcel. To overturn the game, it needed to be obvious. And this would not have been. I do think Marcel had won anyway. And that's kind of what you're saying about both competitors, is Marcel doesn't want to win like that. He doesn't. He's good enough. He can win on his own. He doesn't need bugs, And that's why I want to make it clear too. That one goes to Marcel. There's no asterisk. He won.
And it was only game 3, so we still have potentially plenty of match here left to go. Hopefully Bitter can just shake it off, because I know that feeling. It's not fun.
Campo actually.
He's still playing phenomenally, so he should be pretty confident in his skill here to still have a fighting chance for sure.
Well, Bitter's had something, I think, in every round now, too, in every set. The first one, there was a game bug. That one, I do think would have been very close. Joe Fixit versus Tigra.
Yeah, that one we just didn't even get to see,
No,
unfortunately.
we
But
get to see
yeah,
it.
it could have. It could have.
And then I don't think it was a game issue. I don't think it was the Kate Bishop versus Korg. For those who aren't familiar with Kate Bishop, she can switch her arrows, and that can happen by you double tapping. And he definitely did not intend for that to happen. He ended up putting the Tranquilize on Korg, and then the gameplay kind of went downhill from there. And then this one, but it looks like Marcel had won legitimately anyway. So
For sure.
yeah,
And
move on.
Korg is back, and Mephisto. Interesting.
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't find the chat at the moment. But someone wrote, "It's right now the pipe. It does feel like we got an extra small pizza for 20 people. That is how it feels."
This is good. This is a deep analogy. It's
Yeah.
just going to keep giving content. All right. So we've got another Spidey nuke here, hopefully, is the plan at least.
I mean, this can be problematic though, right? If Mephisto gets his aura up and you're trying to sit in the corner and get your charges going,
For sure.
you're gonna see right there. We're seeing the chip damage start to happen.
Yeah. And he used one of his heavy drains, which I think was smart to do that early, because then you can hopefully count on it when you're in danger later. Because there's like a very long cooldown on the heavy. Okay. And then on the bottom, Bitter just got through an entire rock shield phase without taking any thorns, which is almost expected at this level. Again, it's not something that I'm comfortable with. He also got the special 2 off before the rock shield came back, so that did full damage, which is fantastic. Using the unstoppables for openings is also good. And Spidey's chip damage is pretty real, as you were mentioning up there, even though it's going pretty smoothly overall.
Wow. It looks like Bitter got like negative crits on that special 2 there. I thought that was going to finish off Cord for sure. Having to stay tough. We're talking about the mental toughness of these competitors. Marcelo still finishes it off up there, knowing he had taken a lot of chip damage. And then Bitter, I mean, a lot is not going his way. I'm shocked that SB2 didn't finish off Korg, and he stays strong and gets the win because of it.
You know what I just noticed was
What?
the unstoppables were on cooldown, which I forget what sends you in that way. So he actually wasn't ramped at all when he threw the special 2. So I think that's what it was.
Right.
But the health remaining is quite impressive there for that Jugs.
Yeah. Especially, that's a defender you're expecting to do some chip damage, right?
Yeah, but he was using the unstoppable kind of like a counterpunch charge and just throwing the lights. It was pretty nice to see that working.
All right, and then it looks like FinTech saying what you were saying. So thanks for the correction, guys. I appreciate it. Misty K coming in with the knowledge too. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone.
All right, so we got another Spider and another Massacre. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, that they're not
Fingers
the reason.
crossed. Yeah, yeah. So he's going for the slow. Obviously, we didn't mention that specifically the last time, but Stealthy obviously has the access to a permanent slow, which is good for the unstoppable. That does make his damage a little bit less. The crits hit less hard when you're in that mode.
You can't put up the a fragility, right?
Yeah, I think they changed it to like fragility or something like that. They're trying to make all the debuffs like more standardized, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Mojo's got a lot of power, but he baits the special 2. And then on the bottom of the screen, looks like a lot of crits we're getting through there.
Which is odd against the Doom.
Yeah, I saw like 2 or 3 yellow numbers. Okay, so we saw simultaneous perfect dexes of both Mojo and Doom, which is quite impressive. And there's the big special 2. It doesn't finish. Got to worry about Mystic Dispersion and Power.
God, the gameplay on both these guys is so incredible.
That was really impressive.
Bitter, I've just gotten to the point where I'm comfortable with all of Doom's specials. And the Bitter to have the awareness to not punish that SB2 because the Unstoppable is coming up. He full decks it, waited, and then got the Unstoppable on himself. Both of these guys, the gameplay is so outrageously good.
Yeah, totally agreed there. So Bitter takes game 4. So once again, we're all tied up.
Jeez Louise.
And
Unbelievable.
we're getting some shout outs that the awakened ability of Masacre gives him extra crit rating. So that's good to know. I actually didn't know that.
Oh, very good. Thanks for shouting that out, Unknown. Legacy, what is up, dude? Thanks so much for being here, bud. Sakura's awakened ability gives... Okay. Unknown and FinTech together. Thanks, guys. Marcel sticking with Human Torch. They're sticking with their bans. It's the confidence of both these guys. They both came in with the plan. They're feeling good about it. They're sticking to it. We're tied up 2-2. It's a best of 3 now. Let's go full 7. Let's do it.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling best of 7 too. Good day, Mr. Omega Beast. How you doing?
It's almost like the Torch and AA ban is almost helping Bitter, because it's like he now has a deck of 27 champions that he's all like super fluent with, and he's getting to draft them, you know. It's an interesting strat to even have them in his deck. Almost like, come on, ban these champs.
Am I analyzing this properly here, Bud? Because one of your thoughts too was that he's banning Hulk, Spider-Ham, and Overseer, and then hoping to place these Mystic Defenders. We're seeing the Mystic Defenders cause problems, and then Torch would obviously be good for the Mystic Defenders, and so would Quicksilver and potentially Archangels. Like, it's almost, if I'm analyzing it properly, it feels like it's almost accentuating Bitter strategy.
I think so. And the fact that we've seen like Spider-Man nukes try to take down the Mystics and take the chip damage, that's come into play at least a couple times already. So yeah, that's a really, really solid point. It's like he almost baited his own 3 bans to ban 6 champions that would benefit him in a way. We'll have to ask him about that later, because if that's true, that's like very next level strat right there.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be like master level stuff. That's crazy. All right, so are we going to get to see Shocker? I selfishly would like to see it.
I would love to see that.
No. We saw Shocker have some problems in the other day. I do think a lot of it was the node itself and also the defenders, but maybe not as smooth for Shocker as originally thought by myself.
Yeah, it seems like you have to really line up that big white number special 2, right? And like anything that gets in the way of that could potentially slow you down.
Yeah. And also it takes time. And you know, anyone who's pulled a new champion, tried to use them and pressure matchups right away knows it just often doesn't come fluidly. All right, and Bitter does get his love Titania. I think he's got to love, I don't know how many defenders he's got there, but he's got to love his attackers.
That's true, because Mojo and maybe Tigra, but I don't know who his third defender is. Maybe Mr. Negative. Oh yeah, well he places Negative first, it looks like. Or am I reading that wrong? I always get confused.
It's getting a little confused.
Gotcha.
Having the streams be off is not helping with the confusion. All right, so I want to see this too. The Valkyrie versus Spot. Is that a good matchup? I feel like Valkyrie's playstyle just leads right into what Spot is kind of trapping you to do, but he's not hitting the block too much here, huh?
Yeah, he's going to go untouchable at some point, and like right there he did, but he did a good job of doing it right after the special so that he didn't get smacked. Like he goes stun immune, so you can't like parry and then hit to go untouchable, because he'll go stun immune and smack you. But here we go. So yeah, that didn't do a lot of damage due to the spots, which reduced the block proficiency. Yep. And
then the I can't think of the name, but the degen damage from the node hasn't been, I mean, it's not good, but it's not been terrible because he does have class advantage. And then I guess Valkyrie gets around the unstoppable. So, all right.
Yeah, it's like class advantage, but not the best possible matchups here.
Bitter with a beautiful, that the manual decks, or not manual, but triggering Negative's deck. Wait, what happened?
It looks like.
Okay. The game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got worried the game scored that one wrong. And I was like, please not again.
Yeah. So the negative was so fast that the streams got off like worse than it would normally seem there.
Yeah.
That was great. The way he lined up 20 degens there was quite good. That's really the way to win that fight. Get that and the petrifies up before anything dangerous happens.
Man, I really thought the game scored that one wrong, and I was like, I was about to throw my headset.
Yeah, we do not want that. Hopefully that's done. All right, so we got a Juggernaut potential nuke up here.
Do Juggernauts Unstoppables not feed Mystic Dispersion?
I don't believe they do because of the way they're removed.
Interesting. I would have not thought this.
Yeah, that would definitely make him a nightmare otherwise. So he goes for this. Not a lot of crits there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was calling out the negative crits earlier, and it looks like that got applied to Marcelo, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. He needs this to finish it, and it does.
Great.
He just went for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he found himself in the situation where he kind of needed to, right?
Oh, for sure. What's up, guys, by the way?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Lex?
What's going on, Lex?
Hope you don't mind I just hopped in.
Yeah, go for it, man.
You are very welcome to be here. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, this is a really great matchup. This is great to see.
Oh, dude, these are Titans. These guys, yeah.
Okay.
So
he activated Indestructible, right? And then threw the special 3.
Yeah, but
wow,
I can't tell how much... Oh, shoot.
I think Titania took it just barely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Again, with the delay, it looks a little confusing, but that was a...
So wait. Oh, hold on, guys. Titania did legitimately win that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's that good.
She had the health advantage.
300 points, yeah.
Lex, I saw crazy. You in the chat. We've had 2 bugs already, 2 pretty large. I mean, Marcelo legit won one, we could tell. But the game's been buggy as heck. And I thought, because we can't light up the streams ourselves on Twitch. And so I thought Marcel had actually really won, but the game gave it to Bitter. And I was like, God.
Full of bugs.
Yeah. We've had a whole analogy going. Anyway, all right. So we're in the 6th set here. Bitter's up.
There's a change of bands.
Oh, there is a band change.
That Titania. That's a good band. That's Bitter's bread and butter right there.
That is Bitter's bread and butter. It still fits in with what we think has been a strategy of Bitter has been banning 3 science champions, having good success playing Mystic Defender. So, but it does at least take away attacker that Bitter has been using quite successfully. Mr. King or Misty K. He'll remember Titania. I love it. What's up, Nick136? How you doing, bud? None other than a semifinalist himself, going to go up against Happy McMuffins. Mr. Jarvis, I will not do that live on stream. All right, here we go.
So yeah, despite the one round where there were some pretty serious bugs, Bitter has climbed his way back into this one.
Yeah. And really, I guess, technically, it was really only the first round where it wasn't clear what would have happened. At least with the bug in the 3rd one, it looked as though Marcel had legitimately won. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
We got America Chavez figuring in. And
a lot of Mystic champs.
Yeah.
On both sides.
That's how it's been.
Oh, we see Jessica Jones too.
Yeah, Bitter's got a new nickname, Butterfinger, because Sim tweeted out a video of his and accidentally autocorrected it as Butterfinger.
Nice.
My favorite part was that it actually tagged the Butterfinger candy bar Twitter handle.
Yeah. And then Sim used his Photoshop skills to like rebrand the BitterSteel logo to say Butterfinger on it. It was classic.
That's all. I have to go see that.
So Legacy, what do you think about Gallon here?
So
Have you done this matchup?
Yeah, I've done it once, and let's say it didn't go great. So I'm very interested to see how Marcel handles it. He is going to have the Unstoppable, which is going to help him get a little bit more mass. So that is gonna help. He's doing a great job so far.
He was very close to pulling off a fight against Korg, but the rock stacks came back like a hair of a second before he would have finished off Korg, probably. At least that's my interpretation of what happened.
I think so. I think it blocked some of the damage. All right, so now when he throws a special, she'll get her native Unstoppable, so he's got to be a little careful there. It may not matter.
I'm watching the Gallon matchup so closely. I see Bitter has lost some health with negative. Did anyone see it? Was it a gameplay error, or just has it been? That's a lot of chip damage. He's got to wait that at the Unstoppable. Gets it for himself.
I've been so focused on the Gallon. Yeah,
same here. I just am so focused on one side. I would imagine that's going to handle the Mephisto, though, for him, right?
This Harvest should end things. Yep, she's dead. Wow, he played that really well. And he takes it.
Wow, close one. Yeah, that the degen of Negs will take you through the regen phase, block the healing, and then finish off Mephisto, though. That was kind of cool to see. That's how powerful and long those degens last.
That one was very close.
Yeah, it looks like health remaining really played into that one. Mr. Omega Beast, you got to watch out for the uppercut. That's her last move. So that's my pro tip for the special 2 of Jessica. When she does the uppercut, it's over.
What's up, Joey? Thanks for being here, bud. All right. Mclz1nkz needs to win this one to send us into the 7th set. Tiger versus America Chavez. Chavez has been really problematic so far in this whole matchup. It's typical Chavez, typical America, refusing to throw her special one, wanting to throw her heavies. Let's see if she plays ball a little better here for Marcel.
Good so far.
Yeah, that should be it, right?
Probably need to do one more cycle.
Maybe L1 here.
Looks like he's got it. All right.
Wow, that was so clean.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Wow. I didn't realize when she does the fist stomp on the ground that that's a projectile because he was just crouching and that didn't hit him. That was pretty impressive.
It's like we're going game 7.
Yeah, looks like we got it.
Wow.
Here we go.
Pretty respectable jugs try too against Mojo there, but Tiger was just played perfectly.
Yeah, that was some flawless Tiger gameplay.
And he's got to know on the bottom screen that like time is a huge factor, so he just kind of went YOLO at the end. But yeah, all right, game 7 it is.
Nick, absolutely. And just for everyone who's listening, maybe not watching at the moment, and other people commenting, 3 of the 4 quarterfinal matchups went into the 7th and final set. The nerves have to be huge at that point. Just building up over the course of, I mean, they've been playing for over an hour now, live, streaming themselves, knowing we're commenting on this, watching. Oh, this is wonderful. I love it.
Yeah.
Looks like no change with the bans going into the final round.
Yeah. I think you two are right. I think that was a smart ban switching from Quicksilver to Titania for Marcel.
Yeah, for sure. It's always a good idea to get your opponent's main champs out of their hands.
Yep. I was when I was setting up the stream before we started, I was doing the aspect ratios and trying to get as much as I could on setting it up, and I had Bitter's audio on, and I'm not sure who he was talking to, but he was actually saying, one of the difficulties of fighting Marcel is that it's all on Twitch, so he couldn't go back and watch his matchups to see who his comfort champions were. So that's kind of lining up with what you're saying.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Have we seen any future Ant-Man yet in this matchup?
I think once on defense. Though.
Yeah, once on defense.
Be keen to see that.
I think he won the matchup too,
That was the Hercules versus, but that also had a game issue, so we weren't 100% sure. But Hercules took care of him pretty quick, so I'm fairly confident it would have gone that way, but you never know. Okay, Absorbing Man is here. We haven't seen him yet. And America is back. So Rintra and America over on Bitter's side could make a pretty big difference as defenders.
And this time BitterSteel gets Tigra, who I don't think we've seen him use yet. Mclz1nkz does not, who we've seen him use Tigra quite well.
I was not surprised, but I didn't know Bitter was a Tigra player until he took a flawless fight in one of his Alliance War videos recently, and I'm like, oh, of course, he can play Tiger too.
Yeah.
So yeah, he will be good.
Stark Spidey versus Rintra. Usually this is an alright matchup, but with the brute force here, it's going to be very difficult to build poise.
Rintra has just been destroying.
He's insane in this meta.
Exactly what you said. He got Sparky in the corner and just did bad things to Sparky.
The Absorbing Man matchup is quite good though against with using Tigra, because the heavy punishes are part of how you fight Absorbing Man anyway.
He's just got to be mindful of making sure that Carl's not in Uru, right? Because the ruptures are physical damage, I believe. Or no? Okay.
Ideally, you're like doing special 1, special 2 alternating punishes, and you got to make sure he's out of Uru when you do your big finishing move.
He went unstoppable.
Yeah.
Oh man, the neutralize must have just been off.
Why did Tiger not go unblockable earlier in that special 2? There's clearly a lot of Tiger I'm not understanding, and it's coming up in this matchup.
I think the spacing was too close. You need to be farther back.
Got it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Bitter.
He's recovered.
You can still save it.
Yeah, he's recovered fairly well. Marcelo's doing a nice job up there. He hasn't lost very much health, so I really don't know who's going to win this one.
He's doing a really great job of managing the unstoppable, hitting with Rintra with a heavy right before it triggers to create the space. That was a great fight.
I think
I'm pretty sure Marcel's going to win.
Yeah,
another close one though, within 2,000 points.
Tiger definitely, that was just really unfortunate timing, because that basically killed his entire ramp of Tigra as well when that unstoppable hit.
Yeah.
He didn't have a chance to keep building up his ruptures to get to his special 2. So, yeah, it's tough to keep track of. But the neutralize just fell off so that an unstoppable snuck through.
I imagine Bitter was planning on winning that one. I'm wondering if he's got matchups for the next 2.
Yeah.
We see magic. I wonder if he's going to go for Ant-Man here. He is. Ooh, okay. This will be very interesting. Life on the line.
Yeah.
Now, this is a matchup I'm not familiar with, so I'm very curious.
Jugs versus Chavez?
No, the Ant-Man versus Magic down there. I don't know how that works.
This is going to be an interesting one. He does have pretty solid power control, but you do need to be kind of patient with it. Which don't really want to be patient here against Marcel. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and Chavez isn't known for her large health pool, so I think unless she does some crazy stuff, Jugs should take care of her quite fast.
First special 2 did quite a lot.
All right, I'm shifting down to the Ant-Man matchup now. Just
Me too.
Yeah, so Jugs really did that fast. So
53K. Wow.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to see the result above before we know what happens on the bottom screen. So I'm just going to kind of stay silent here.
She's red. Oh, there's the power drain. Okay.
I think the limbo.
The amount of limbo is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done to Marcel. Well done.
Really well played. Both sides did fantastic.
Absolutely.
He's dancing.
Yeah. I love the celebration. I love the face cams. He earned it. He earned it. Well done to both of them.
I mean, that match, that was a pretty nice fight down there. It just wasn't as fast as Juggernaut versus Chavez, but wow.
Hey guys, let's hop over, follow me on the Discord. You'll see me move to a different chat. And then if either of these guys joins the chat, we can interview them for a few minutes.
Great. Sounds good.
Let's see if either of them joins us. Obviously, it's not mandatory at all. And I won't be able to stick around too long anyways, I don't believe. But it'd be nice just to kind of get their thoughts. I'm sure the adrenaline's running pretty high for both of them.
Yo, what's up, Marcel?
Looks like he's muted. I don't know if we need to manually.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's
changed that.
It looks like he's done it on his own side. He's probably finishing up maybe his own stream and stuff too.
Gotcha.
Right. He said just 1 minute.
Yeah, take your time, bud. All right, and I do have an updated bracket for us. I'll be posting that right now. So everyone can see it.
What's up, guys?
Marcel.
Yo, what's up, Marcel?
Do you
Hi,
guys
guys.
me?
Hello, Bitter.
Hiya.
Really great game from both you guys. That was very entertaining to watch.
My
Thank you.
goodness, was so hard, Bitter. You use a lot of champions that I didn't know how to work really well, and your fights are really fast, man. I don't believe I won because you had me a lot of fights. I was like, my God, I lost so hard. My God, I can't beat this guy. I think it's over. Oh, Bitter. Thank you for the gameplay. Really pleasure to play with you.
Well, thank you for all the kind words, mate. I really appreciate that. I mean, that was a hell of a game. That was a lot of fun. I do like my champions. They might be a bit quirky, but I enjoy them. So it means a lot. Thank you, and congratulations on the win. And best of luck against Finn next week.
I will need some really luck against him. I don't like to play against him because I know he's damn fucking good. But I will train more and get all the things you used on this match, like Mr. Negative, Titanium. I don't know the word right, But I will rank up some guys to make more easy. Because when you ban 3 science champions for me, I was like didn't really have a lot of options to deal with your Mystic champions. So I felt this way so hard, and as I ban Human Torch too, I feel no options at all. So it was really hard. Thank you for the gameplay. Thank you for everything. I think you played better than me, to being honest. Bitter, you did better
Okay.
fights than me. And sometime I like outpeak, but on the fights, same fights, you played on a better level today. So really, really well played. And I am nervous, just that. Shaky.
I mean, you obviously played very, very well. I think if you go back and look through some of your scores, I think you'll realize that you did play very, very well. You mentioned who I banned, and yeah, that was definitely a tactic going in. I have quite a Mystic heavy deck, so if I take your 3 best science options away, I feel like Mystic's one of the classes that needs counters the most. So that was definitely a strategy that I was going in with.
Oh, yeah, it was nice. I go really out of options. The Brazilian guys are making fun about me because my Tigra is really, really bad, but really, really bad. And then when she appears, I did like a perfect fight. I know America Chaves is like a easiest matchup for Tigra. It's not the kind of the hardest. The mechanic of America Chaves makes more easy this fight. But when I picked Tigra, a lot of guys on my chat are like, "We lost, guys. Oh, MCL is throwing. He don't want to play. He picked Tigra. Please give up," something like that. And was happy that I didn't die on this fight. I did right with Tigra. So
I think
really,
you did a
really,
bit more than not die. You got 31 seconds, mate. That's pretty impressive.
That was
yeah.
flawless. Literally perfection.
Was a good fight. Was a good fight indeed. But
Great
thank
work.
you, Dieter. And next time we play against, I will ban Titania since the first match. All right. She will not be free.
She's a lot of fun to use. Please don't.
Oh my god. Oh, Vega, and thank you for the invite again. Thank you everyone who watched, Brazilians and the guys on your chat. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely, you two did phenomenally, both Marcel and Mr. BitterSteel here. Lags, Campo, do you guys have any questions for the competitors? I mean, they put on a great show.
Tough one to say. Bitter, do you have any thoughts about when you brought in against Korg? You had the Kate Bishop fight. Did you go to tranquilize sort of by accident, or was that that was just one thing that we noticed? Like, how did that fight feel for you?
Yeah, it felt great until the accidental switch to tranquilize. I must have done it while I was dashing back at some point, and I hadn't realized. And I think it ended up being close enough where if that second cold snap had applied instead of the tranquilize, it might have been the difference, or it was pretty close to being the difference. So that was a pretty frustrating round.
Yeah, but you were definitely, that wasn't like a throw. You were definitely going for the W there. It seemed like.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I've done Kate versus Cork a fair bit. She's really good for him because her riposte evade that counts as a light attack, and if you intercept it with them, if you let them dash at you, like Elsa, it's a light intercept, so it takes extra rock stacks away. Plus, Korg takes more energy damage, so the cold snaps do even more damage. So it's a pretty good matchup.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So that was a frustrating one for sure.
Bitter, I was wondering what was going through your mind on that last round when Marcel put down Magic and you decided to go feature Ant-Man. What were you thinking there? Do you have a lot of experience with feature Ant-Man?
Because of this tournament, I've used him a fair bit because he's new, he's scary, and especially last meta, his SB2 just absolutely nuke. So I've used him a fair bit, and I really like him. He's hopefully going to be my next rank 5 tech if I manage to pull him.
I'm with you there, man. I like him too.
Yeah, he's so cool. So the reason I used Future Ant-Man there was I needed to hope that he messed up against Chavez. He was going to be useless on defense in the final round because Marcel had Hulkling, and that if he'd placed Hulkling on defense, I couldn't use my Valk against Magic there because I wouldn't have had an option for Hulkling. So it was kind of like, this is my only way that I have a chance of winning. If I use Valk here, then I've lost the third round. I'm probably going to use this round, but you know, you've got to put yourself in a position to get lucky. So I just had to go for it, really.
Yeah, I was expecting you to use Valkyrie, and even if I lost then the third round, I could place Hulkling, and you will not have good counters at all. I don't know if this tech Ant-Man works on Hulkling, but if yes, you're gonna surprise me a lot on the fight because I didn't expect.
Yeah, it's probably his worst matchup.
Okay.
With the Pierce and yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, phenomenally well done. Phenomenally well done by both of you. Unfortunately, I do need to go. I need to get back to work. But thank you for the phenomenal show, both of you guys. Mclz1nkz, BitterSteel, we will hopefully be seeing you in the following tournament. I will be reaching out to you and Legacy soon on that.
Lovely.
Marcel, you advanced, my friend, this next week to go up against none other than FinTech himself, and then Happy McMuffins versus Nick136. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for the donation, Mr. Wilson Fisk, and of course, the two competitors who put on the great show for you today, BitterSteel and Mclz1nkz. The links to their channels are in the description and in the chat. Go support them both. Thank them for the wonderful show they put on. And then let's go ahead and sign us out. We'll go Campo, Legacy, BitterSteel, and then Mclz1nkz. Please go ahead and send us out.
Absolutely. Great tournament, Vega. Great job. We went to game 7. What more could you ask for? Well played. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, really great match, guys. It was very entertaining to watch. GG's to both of you, and I look forward to seeing the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. And I can ask after the match. I can ask you online, Bitter. I want to know about the fight with Massacre against Doom. Was really hard, really impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I do like Massacre. He's a lot of fun. But yeah, so first of all, congrats again to Marcel, and best of luck in the next round. I'm really looking forward to you versus Finn. It'd be great if you could go ahead and win the whole tournament, so I feel a little bit better about getting knocked out by you. And thanks to Vega for hosting this tournament and the invite. This is my first one, obviously, so it's a really big honor to be a part of it, and it's a great thing for the community, I think. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Go support the competitors. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.